12.
This light also, na? I'll put this light. Let me start. 3.13. So here Varaha's appearance, Lord Varaha's appearance has been spoken in this chapter. So Maitreya Vidura Samvad is going on. And Maitreya is very happy because Vidura is asking wonderful questions. Then now Sukadeva Goswami also, Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj Samvad is also going on. No, not that. Brahmavacha. So Brahmaji is speaking to Narada. That is also there in between. We have to see Brahma Narada. Samvad is also. Brahma Manus, because he is saying that you are a wonderful son. So on this way, not Sukadeva Goswami Parikshit Maharaj, is Brahmaji and Swayambhu Manus. Samvad is going on. So now we are in the 13th verse.
12th verse. 12th verse.
12th verse. Okay. 12th verse. Param Shushrushanam Mahyam Syat Pracharakshaya Nrupa Bhagavanste Praja Bhartur Rishikesho Anutushyati. So what is the topmost? The topmost in this world is devotional service. So, O King, if you can give proper protection to the living beings in this material world, that will be the best service for me. When the Supreme Lord sees you to be a good protector of the conditioned souls, certainly the master of the senses will be very pleased with you. So, how a king to do the administration? First is Shushushanam. So, giving devotional service to the living entities is very important. There is a way we can protect them by saving them from being spoiled. So, in this way, the Lord, who is Prajabhartu, is very happy, is satisfied. When you say people, that means there are so many Varnashramas, so many are into different Varnas, different ashramas. Varnashrama achrataha purushena paha puman Vishnu aradite pantaha anyata toshakarna. So when we say the protection to the people means engaging the people according to their Varnashrama in satisfying Krishna. Varnashrama achrataha purushena paha puman Vishnu aradite, teaching them how to serve Vishnu aradite pantaha. And there is no other way to satisfy Lord. Atha Pumbe Dvijashreshta Varnashma Vibhagashan Swanishtita Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritoshan. Everything is for satisfying Lord. Whatever activities we are doing, it should satisfy Krishna. Even if there is some disturbance also, sometimes there are so many political issues happening. Just now I was speaking to someone. He was telling so many political things are happening. I said there is also Krishna Leela only. Krishna is enjoying in that. We just have to get cornered and see what are things happening. There is also Krishna's, if Krishna wants such things to happen, let it happen. Everything is for his satisfaction. There was a time when there was theistic and atheistic fight. When Shankaracharya was there. That time, all Mayavadi versus Vaishnavas. Now, if there is a fight among the Vaishnavas also, then they'll also let it be. Be in the corner, just chant the holy name and watch what is happening. Because when you say in the temple, there are so many things happening in the temple also. When you see offices, many things are happening. Where politics doesn't happen, there's not a place where it doesn't happen. So now a king, he should know how to protect. How he will protect? By giving services. So how Prabhupada has protected all the devotees by giving services. You just have to serve. Bas. Chupchap, you have to serve. Watch the Leelas, whatever Krishna wants, it is for his satisfaction. Simple. Yesham na tushto Bhagavan. Yajnalingo Janardhanah. Tesham Shramo Yaparthaya. Yadatma Nadruta Swayam. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardhan, Lord Krishna, is a form to accept all the results of sacrifice. If he is not satisfied, then one's labor for advancement is futile. He is the ultimate self, and therefore one who does not satisfy him certainly neglects his own interests. Yesham na tushto. Yesham na tushto Bhagavan. Na tushto. If Lord is not satisfied, Yajnalingaha Janardanaha. What is the form of Krishna? The form of the Lord appears in the form of Yajna also. Yajnalingaha. The same Janardana accepts in the form of comes in the form of Yajna and is accepting all results of sacrifice. And then Tesham Shrama hi apartha. So simple, if a person is not able to satisfy, Atma na adrataha swayam yat Atma. If a person is not able to give respect or satisfy Lord, then he is only performing lot of hard work. There is no result. And he is neglecting even his own interest also. So in this way, you see how Brahmaji is teaching his son, who, with the folded hands, along with his wife, stood and asked for the instructions. In fact, Swayambhu Manu knows everything, but still he said, I will do whatever you say. I want to get instructed. That is most important. And in this way, Lord Brahma, he tells to his son that you are such a wonderful son, quite befitting. One can learn how a son and a father should deal, how a son should behave to his father, and how father should give wonderful instructions to the son. In this way, he said, first grow the progeny and then rule the world. The progeny is there, rule the world. How? By giving devotional service. That is how you can protect. Devotional service is going to bring a wonderful progeny. Protection, when you say we are protecting the citizens, cultivation protect automatically gives protection. If no cultivation, no protection. If we don't cultivate our children, they are not protected. Neither their body is protected nor they themselves are protected. See, cultivation means sanskar. If you give proper sanskar, then yes, they're automatically protected. Their body is protected, mind is protected, everything is protected. So that is how Brahmaji gives a good advice to his son. Okay. Then Mataji read both the verses, 12th and 13th.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. परम शुश्रूषाणां मह्यं स्यात् प्रजा रक्षया नृपा भगवांस्ते प्रजा भर्तु ऋषिकेशो अनुतुष्यति. O king, if you can give proper protection to the living beings in the material world, that will be the best service for me. When the Supreme Lord sees you to be a good protector of the conditioned souls, certainly the master of the senses will be very pleased with you. Purport: the whole administrative system is arranged for the purpose of going back home, back to Godhead. Brahma is the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Manu is the representative of Brahma. Similarly, all other kings on different planets of the universe are representatives of Manu. The law book for the entire human society is the Manu Samhita, which directs all activities towards the transcendental service of the Lord. Every king, therefore, must know that his responsibility in administration is not merely to exact taxes from the citizens, but to see personally that the citizens under him are being trained in Vishnu worship. Everyone must be educated in Vishnu worship and engaged in the devotional service of Rishikesha, the owner of the senses. The conditioned souls are meant not to satisfy their material senses, but to satisfy the senses of Rishikesha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the purpose of the complete administrative system. One who knows this secret, as disclosed here in the version of Brahma, is the perfect administrative head. One who does not know this is a show bottle administrator. By training the citizens in the devotional service of the Lord, the head of a state can be free in his responsibility. Otherwise, he'll fail in the onerous duty entrusted to him and thus be punishable by the supreme authority. There is no other alternative in the discharge of administrative duty. Text 13. येषां न तुष्टो भगवान् यज्ञलिङ्गजनार्दनः तेषामश्रमो हि अपार्थाय यदात्मानादृतः स्वयम्. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardhan, Lord Krishna, is the form to accept all the results of sacrifice. If he is not satisfied, then one's labor for advancement is futile. He is the ultimate self, and therefore one who does not satisfy him certainly neglects his own interests. Purport. Brahma is deputed as a supreme head of universal affairs, and he in his turn deputes Manu and others as charges the affairs of the material manifestation. But the whole show is for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma knows how to satisfy the Lord, and similarly, persons engaged in the line of Brahma's plan of activities also know how to satisfy the Lord. The Lord is satisfied by the process of devotional service, consisting of the ninefold processes of hearing, chanting, etc. It is in one's own self interest to execute prescribed devotional service, and anyone who neglects this process neglects his own self interest. Everyone wants to satisfy his senses, but above the senses is the mind. Above the mind is the intelligence. Above the intelligence is the individual self. And above the individual self is the super self. Above even the super self is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu Tattva. The primeval Lord and the cause of all causes is Sri Krishna. The complete process of devotional service is to render service for the satisfaction of the transcendental senses of Lord Krishna, who is known as Janardana. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
See how Lord is addressed in Janardhan. Jana plus Ardhan. Jana plus Ardhan. In one place it is when in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna is saying Janardhan, he says, you are known for maintaining the people. Huh? Why are you asking me to kill the people? So here refers to maintenance. Lord loves to maintain the Jana. That's why he's Narayana. He's Janardhan. He loves to maintain. And maintenance depends upon our sanskaras. That is why Krishna has given Shodasha sanskaras, 16 important sanskaras. Manurvacha adesheham bhagavato varteyami vasudana sthanam stvihanujanihi prajana mamacha prabho. फोटो भेजने को बोल फोटो भेजो Manurvacha Adesh, O power, O Lord, all powerful Lord, O killer of all sins, I shall abide by your orders. Adeshe aham bhagavato. Your powerful self, Bhagavata. Now here, Brahmaji is addressed as Bhagavata, one who is all powerful. Now, please let me know my place and the law of the living entities born of me. Sthanam tu iha. Where should I stay? I'm not saying that everything belongs to me now. No, sir, how simple just say. Anujanihi, I want to know where should I stay, and then where all these people will be staying, those who are born out of me. Yadokaha sarvabhutanam mami mahi magna mahambasi asya uddharane yatno devadevya vidhiyatam. Now this earth is lying down in the water. It is merged in the great water. So this dwelling place of these living entities, that is this earth, it is magna. Magna means it is merged in Mahaambasi, in the great water. See how appearance of Lord Varaha starts. This all is the Purva Kriya, that means all arrangement. This is all now the previous, how the whole Leela should start. It started with Brahma, Manu, Samvad. He's asking what I should do. It is merged in the water. And it is a dwelling place also. So just see Uddharen, how to lift it up. O Deva, O Master of the demigods, Devyaha Vidyatam. So let this be done by your endeavor and by the mercy of the Lord. The two verse, Aruna read, then we'll start with Maitri Vach.
Hare Krishna. मनुरुवाच आदेशहं भगवतो वर्तेयामि वसूदन स्थानं त्विहानुजानीहि प्रजानां मम च प्रभो. Translation. Shri Manu said, O all-powerful Lord, O killer of all sins, I shall abide by your order. Now please let me know my place and that of the living entities born of me. Text 15. यदोक सर्वभूतानां महिमग्नामहम्बसि अस्या उद्धरणे यत्नो देवदेव्या विधीयताम्. Translation. O Master of the demigods, please attempt to lift the earth which is merged in the great water. Because it is dwelling place for all the living entities, it can be done by your endeavor and by the mercy of Lord. The great water mentioned in this connection is the Garbhodaka ocean, which fills half of the universe. Hare Krishna.
Next. Maitri Uvacha Parameshti Tvapam Madhye Tथा Sannama Vikshagam Katamenam Samunishya Iti Dadhyau Dhiyachiram. So Parameshti Brahmaji, what it is, Maitreya is saying. For a long time he was just seeing Aveksha. He was seeing this earth. This earth is submerged. So Katham, how am I going to live this? So he's putting his attention, by his intelligence. For a long time he was just thinking how to remove. This is the topic going on, is the Shvetavaraha. According to Jiva Goswami, the topic related is of different millenniums. Present topic is of Shvetavaraha millennium. Topics regarding Chakshusha millennium will also be discussed in this chapter. Raktavaraha was previous. Now Shvetavaraha. Shvetavaraha Kalpa is going on. The Shvetavaraha Kalpa is of Vaivasvat Manu. Previous Manu, Chakshusha Manu, that time it was Raktavaraha. So about the Raktavaraha also, the Leela is the same. When we take Sankalpa, we say, Shvetavaraha Kalpe, Vaivasvat Manu, Shvetavaraha Kalpe, that is all. Okay. Next, 17. Suchato me Shitirvardhi प्लाव्यमानं रसां गता अथात्र किम् अनुष्ठेयम् अस्माभिः सर्गयोजितैः यस्याहं हृदयाद् आसं स ईशो विदधातु मे. So he's just thinking, when I have engaged in the process of creation, this earth, it has been inundated by a deluge and has gone down into the depth of the ocean. What can we do who are engaged in this matter of creation? It is best to let the Almighty Lord direct us. So he has given me the responsibility of creation. Sujataha. At that time, Plavyamana, it was inundated. And it has been put where Rasam, in the depth of the water, Gata means it has gone down. Therefore, in this matter, it is best, Anushteyam, let Lord attempt. What attempt I can do? Kim anushteyam, what I can do? Because I am involved in creation. Maintenance is not my work. See, here anushteyam refers to maintenance. Maintenance is the work of Lord. Creation is one section, maintenance is one, destruction is one. That is known as administration actually. Lord is the best administrator. Kalavataras, the three things have been given. Everything cannot be done by one person. Creation also, maintenance also, destruction. Then everything will be destroyed only. So maintenance, they say that let Lord do it. Yojitaha, let him do. By the one for whom aham hridayat, the one who is there in my heart, asam, that person, I am born from him only. Ishaha vidadhatu, let him direct me. How to do also, let him only direct and let him only do that. Because I cannot take the decision on my own. Let's say Brahmaji, who knows everything, still he also waits for the direction of Krishna. There is a certain tedious task and all. We should always wait for the direction from our authorities. It is always best. Certain things, it is good, we can take the decision. Certain things, we should always ask. Where we are not much confident, it is better we ask. Not that everything we should ask. Certain things we should also know, because creation has been given sub creation. How to do it was asked, then no, cut off it. And then now, even Manu is also saying the same thing. इत्यभिद्यायतो नास विवराध सहनसानघ वराहतोको निरगादं दृष्टपरिणामकः परिमाणकः. And all of a sudden what happened? Abhidhyamanah. In this way he was just thinking. Nasa vivarata from his nostrils suddenly sahasa anagaha, oh sinless one, varaha tokaha, a minute form of varaha. Now from nostril, how much big it comes? So small. Like what kachara comes out from our house? A small kachara comes. Like that in small size, varaha came out. Niranga Anugashtaha, the upper portion of the thumb, not even the whole thumb, the upper portion is much. Parimanakaha, in this way, a small bow, a small form of bow came out. Tasyabhipashyatah khastha kshanena kila bharata gajamatrah pravardhe pravar gajamatra pravabrdhe tad adbhutam abhunmahat. So when Brahma was observing this, suddenly this kshanena means within a moment, a small fraction of the moment, gajamatra, like an elephant, pravabhrudhe, this small boar form, it expanded, adbhutam, extraordinary, abhuta mahata, such a gigantic body. Marichi pramukhair vipraihi kumaraiर्मनुना सह दृष्ट्वा तत्सौकरं रूपं तर्कयामास चित्रधर. So they all started now discussing among each other, with each other. Oh, Marichi, all the sages headed by Marichi, all the Brahmanas, then the fourth Maharaj, Manu, everybody are discussing. Hey, who is this? Who is this? Saukaram, Rupam. It's a boar form, no? Then they were Tarka. When the Tarka comes, naturally there is an argument. Tarka, Vitarka. So in this way they started. Somebody must have told, oh, it's a demon. Somebody must have told, no, it is Lord. They all are discussing among each other. Kimetat sukarapyajam satvam divyam avasthitam aho batascharya nasayame vinisrutam. Such an extraordinary boar is situated avasthitam. Aho bata, oh, it is very wonderful, Ashcharyam. Idam nasaya. From the nose it came out. Brahmadisi. From my nose. And it's so huge, such an extraordinary bone has come out. दृष्टो अंगुष्ठशीरो मात्रः क्षणाद्गन्ध क्षणाद्गण्ड शिला शिलासमः अपि स्विद् भगवान् एष यज्ञो मे खेदयन् मनः. Just see, अंगुष्ठः शिरः, just a tip of the thumb, that much only it has this, it had the size matra, but shanat, immediately gandashila is now like a huge large stone. Gandashila, like means samaha means like. So apis with whether Bhagavan Eshaha, whether this personality who has appeared is the Lord. Yajna me khedayan manah, is he the same Vishnu? Me khedayan manah, manah khedayan me, you can say like that also. Khedayan me manah, that also you can say. My mind is completely perturbed. See, in Sanskrit you can put anywhere anything. Khedayan me manah, or me manah khedayan, my mind is perturbed. It is completely confused now. Iti miman satas tasya brahmanah sah sunibihi sunubihi Bhagavan yakya purusho jagarjagendra sannibaha. So he was just discussing with all his sons. All Marichi, everybody are his sons only. No? All are arguing, then he's also discussing. What did Lord do? Yajna Purushaha Jagarsha. He resounded. He roared. Hey, you all stop arguing now. Stop discussing. Againdraha Sannivaha. This way he resounded. He roared tumultuously like a great mountain. Okay, till here. Aruna.
Hare Krishna. Maitreya uvacha parameshti tvapam madhye tata sannavamavekshya mam vekshyagam katamenam samunneshya iti dadhyau dhiyachiram. Sri Maitreya said, thus seeing the earth merged in the water, Brahma gave his attention for a long time to how it could be lifted. Purport: according to Jiva Goswami, the topics delineated here are of different millenniums. The present topics are of the Shvetavaraha millennium, and topics regarding the Chakshusha millennium will also be discussed in this chapter. Text 17. Srujato me shitirvarbihi प्लाव्यमाना रसां गता अथात्र किमनुष्ठेय मस्माभिः सर्गयोजितैः यस्याहं हृदयादासं स ईशो विदधातु मे. Translation: Brahma thought, while I have been engaged in the process of creation, the earth has been inundated by a deluge and has gone down into the depths of the ocean. What can we do who are engaged in this matter of creation? It is best to let the Almighty Lord direct us. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The devotees of the Lord, who are all confidential servitors, are sometimes perplexed in the discharge of their respective duties, but they are never discouraged. They have full faith in the Lord, and He paves the way for the smooth progress of the devotee's duty. Text 18. Ithya vidyayato nasa vivarat sahasanagha varahatoko niraga dangushta parimanakah. Translation: O sinless Vidura, all of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, a small form of boar came out of his nostril. The measurement of the creature was not more than the upper portion of a thumb. Text 19. Tasya bipashyata khastah kshanena kila bharata gajamatra pravavruddhe tadputa mabunmahat. Translation: the descendant of Bharata, while Brahma was observing him, that boar became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation as gigantic as great elephant. Text 20. Marichi pramukhair viprai kumarair manunasah drishtva tatsaukaram rupam tarkayamasa chitradha. Translation: struck with wonder at observing the wonderful boar-like form in the sky, Brahma with great Brahmanas like Marichi as well as the Kumaras and Manu began to argue in various ways. Text 21. Kime tat sukaravyajam satvam divyam avasthitam aho batascharya midam nasayame vinisrutam. Translation: is this some extraordinary entity come in the pretense of a boar? It is very wonderful that he has come from my nose. Text 22. Drishto anguштashiro matrah shanad shanadganda shilasamah api svidbhagavanesha yajno me kedayan manah. Translation: first of all, this boar was seen no bigger than the tip of a thumb, and within a moment he was as large as a stone. My mind is perturbed. Is he the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu? Purport: since Brahma is the Supreme Person in the universe and he had never before experienced such a form, he could guess that the wonderful appearance of the boar was an incarnation of Vishnu. The uncommon features symptomatic of the incarnation of Godhead can bewilder even the mind of Brahma. Text 23. Iti mimamsatastasya brahmana sah sunubhi Bhagavan yajna purusho jagarjagendra sannibha. While Brahma was deliberating with his sons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, rolled tumultuously like a great mountain. Purport: it appears that the great hills and the mountains also have their roaring power because they are also living entities. The volume of the sound vibrated is in proportion to the size of the material body. While Brahma was guessing about the appearance of the Lord's incarnation as a boar, the Lord confirmed Brahma's contemplation by roaring with his gorgeous voice. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada writes, great hills and mountains also have the roaring power. They are also living entities. How to understand this? When we say Jada Vastu, Jadas, they don't have, but here the mountains and hills are not Jadas. They are also living entities appearing in different forms because in the Virata Rupa, they have been compared to the hairs of Krishna. Even the river has been compared. So we cannot think that they are Jadas. So it is a little difficult to understand, but yes, they are also living entities. Brahmanam harshayamasa haristamscha dijottaman swarga swagarjitena kakubaha pratistvanyata vibuhu. Brahmanam unto Brahma. Why Lord rode just to increase harshayam, ashaha, like you have even in Bhagavad Gita. Bhishma Pitamaha blew the conch shell, right? To increase, to enliven Duryodhana. But here, enlivening him, Brahmaji. The Lord also wrote that. Dvija Uttamaha. And for everyone. All the Brahmanas also were there. No? Swagarjite, by his uncommon voice. Kakubha, in all the directions. You see, when the conch shell is also blown, there is a, the mind is enlivened. Why conch shell is blown? The moment conch shell is blown, the mind is enlivened. This is something, that vibration itself, that is why Ninada, the name is Ninada. The Lord loves the sound of the conch shell. Dharma is established. The people's mind is enlivened. When the temple opens, you see, slowly, how nice the conch shell. So in the same way here also, it enlivened all the Brahmanas. Takubuku, Paritishvanayata. It echoed everywhere in all the directions. Paritishvanayata. Very nice. Pratisvanayata. 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 So in this way, it was echoing everywhere. And Vibhu. The Lord is Vibhu. His sound is Vibhu. Vibhu means which has no end. Echoing everywhere. Nishamyate. Nishamyate. Ghar gharitam swakhe. Nishamyate ghar gharitam swakheda. Shayit. Shash. Shayishnu. Shayishnu. Maya Sukarasya Janastapah Satya Nivasinaste Tribhi Pavitraye Munayo Granansman. So everybody is hearing this Ghar Gharitam, this tumultuous sound. It is not that only Narsimha knows to make sound, even Varaha did this. So Lord Varaha also, he also made such a tumultuous sound. Swakhedaha Shaishnu. So it destroyed everybody's personal lamentation. Maya. In this way, Krishna is so merciful. Maya. Sukarasya. Lord Varaha. He bestowed mercy on everyone. Janalokaha, Tapalokaha, Satyalokaha, Nivasina. Till here only we are talking. Upper planetary systems. Because earth is down now. So only the talk is about now Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Mahar has been also spoken. It will come now. The purple Prabhupada is going to write. Mahar is also included. Wait, no, only three are included. Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. It is there only. Tribihi. So in this way, Tribihi Pavitraha, like how the mantras from three Vedas, they purify everyone when they all chant. So all these residents started chanting the auspicious mantras. How the mantras purify everything in the same way. Lord's sound is purifying everyone, bestowing mercy, and they all started chanting. Brahmanas work, they should chant, they should glorify Lord. And the last verse will take 26th until here. If we have time, we can go further also. Vrindavan will read. 26th also I will read. Tesham satam veda vitana murti brahma vadhariyat Magunanuvadam Vinadya Bhuyo Vibododayaya Gajendra Lilo Jalama Viveshaham. Then what Lord did? He was playing like an elephant. He entered into the water after roaring again in reply to the Vedic prayers by the great devotees. He is playing, he is so happy. And then the Lord is the object of the Vedic prayers, and thus he understood that the devotees' prayers are meant for him. Guna Anuvadam. Guna Anuvadam means transcendental glorification. Anuvadam. Why the word Anu has come? Like how the previous acharyas have done, in the same way, the glorification is going on. Guna Anuvadam. So it was resounding Vinatya. It was resounding again and again by the learned scholars, that is Vibhuda, Udayaya, and that is actually for their own benefit. When a person is chanting the mantras, mantrayatehe mantraha. What is the meaning of mantra? Mantrayate mantra. All our, by chanting mantras, actually one should have this swadhyaya in the morning. Whatever we know, we should start chanting. Because the difficulties come from the level of the mind first. So mantras should be chanted. That should be our swadhyaya. That should be done while upadhana is done. Like when you get up, what we do? First we do shuddhi. And then we put our tilak and all. Then we do upadhana. Upadhana means we we try to collect the things for worshipping Lord. At that time, mantras can be chanted very nicely. Whatever we do, we broom the house. That time also mantras can be chanted. Mantras remove the kleshas which arises in the level of the mind. Mind thinks a lot. We should chant mantras. Morning time means only mantras, nothing else. Either you hear or you tell. That should be our swadhyaya. Then comes ijya. After upadhan, then comes bhuta shuddhi. Bhuta shuddhi at the time we say naham vipro nacha narapati. We do shuddhikaran also. We invoke 7 rivers also. After that blowing of the conch shell, you do the worship ijya. Then you sit and do again swadhyaya. Morning, somehow we should see that. Morning hours, we should purify ourselves. Very important is to chant the mantras. Talk less. If you open your mouth for mantras, nobody will talk to you. Then you will not. It's not talk only. Morning hours are not for speaking to each other. Morning hours are supposed to be speaking to Krishna. So 16 round chanting, Maha Mantra. After that, Swadhyaya mantras, whatever we know from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, whatever. We don't know anything. Okay, Nashtapraya Shabadrisha Nityam Bhagavata Seva Bhagavati Tamashvati Bhakti Bhavati Nashti. At least 10 times you can chant that. So very important is chanting the mantras. And we should see that in the Swadhyaya, we learn many, many mantras. After the Maha Mantras, Swadhyaya mantras are also very, very important. Some prayers from Kunti Maharani, some prayers from Gopis, Gopi Geet. We know many things, but we have to put it in practice also. Then we have Ishopanishad, we have our Guru Maharaj had told us, every day we should chant Uddeshamrita, 11 verses every day. So that all we can do, so many things are there. Brahma Samhita is there. After Prabhupada has given the schedule till Namaprabha. After that, do. Then you have first chapter Bhagavatam, first chapter, second chapter Bhagavatam, learn the verses. So many things are there to learn in this life so that we speak less and we chant mantras more. So because it is given here very clearly, these mantras are udayaya, for our own elevation, for our own benefit. So in this way all were chanting, and here Lord, what he did? Vitana Murtihi, in the form of expansion, Brahma, Vedic sound, it was just Jalam Gajendra Leela. He was playing like an elephant. He entered the water, he was playing like an elephant. So till here, you read. And we'll stop here because 8 o'clock I think.
Should I read Mataji?
Yeah, read.
ब्रह्माण्डं हर्षयानास हरिस्तांश्च द्विजोत्तमान् स्वगर्जितेन ककुभः प्रतिस्वनायता विभुः. The omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead enlivened Brahma and the other highly elevated Brahmanas by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. Purport: Brahma and other enlightened Brahmanas who know the Supreme Personality of Godhead are enlivened by the appearance of the Lord in any of his multi-incarnations. The appearance of the wonderful and gigantic incarnation of Vishnu as a mountain-like boar did not fill them with any kind of fear. Although the Lord's resounding voice was tumultuous and echoed horribly in all directions as an open threat to all demons who might challenge his omnipotency. 25. निशम्यते घर्घरितं स्वखेदा क्षय क्षयिष्णु माया मया सुकर्षया जनस्तपः सत्यनिवासिनस्ते त्रिभिः पवित्रैर्मुनयो गृणान स्म. When the great sages and thinkers who are residents of Janalok, Tapalok, and Satyalok heard the tumultuous voice of Lord Bor, which was the all auspicious sound of all merciful Lord, they chanted auspicious chants from the three Vedas. The word Maya Maya is very significant in this verse. Maya means mercy, specific knowledge, and also illusion. Therefore, Lord Bor is everything. He is merciful, he is all knowledge, and he is illusion also. The sound which he vibrated as the Bor incarnation was answered by the Vedic winds of the great sages in the planets Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka. The highest intellectual and pious living entities live in those planets, and when they heard the extraordinary voice of the Bor, they could understand that the specific sound was vibrated by the Lord and no one else. Therefore, they replied by praying to the Lord with Vedic hymns. The earth planet was submerged in the mire, but on hearing the sound of the Lord, the inhabitants of the higher planets were all jubilant because they knew that the Lord was there to deliver the earth. Therefore, Brahma and all the sages, such as Bhrigu, Brahma's other sons, and learned Brahmanas, were enlivened, and they concertedly joined in the praising the Lord with the transcendental vibrations of the Vedic hymns. The most important is the Brihan Naradiya Puran, verse Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. तेषां सतां वेदवितानमूर्तिर् ब्रह्मावधरात्मगुणानुवदाम् विनद्य भूयो विभूतो गजेन्द्रलीलोज्जलम् अविवेश. Playing like an elephant, he entered into the water after roaring again in reply to the Vedic prayers by the great devotees. The Lord is the object of the Vedic prayers, and thus he understood that the devotees' prayers were meant for him. The form of the Lord in any shape is always transcendental and full of knowledge and mercy. The Lord is the destroyer of all material contamination because his form is personified Vedic knowledge. All the Vedas worship the transcendental form of the Lord. In the Vedic mantras, the devotees request the Lord to remove the glaring effulgence because it covers his real face. That is the version of the Ishopanishads. The Lord has no material form, but his form is always understood in terms of the Vedas. The Vedas are said to be the breath of the Lord, and that breath was inhaled by Brahma, the original student of the Vedas. The breathing from the nostril of Brahma caused the appearance of Lord Bor, and therefore the Bor incarnation of the Lord is the personified Vedas. The glorification of the incarnation by the sages of the higher planets consisted of factual Vedic hymns. Whenever there is glorification of the Lord, it is to be understood that Vedic mantras are being rightly vibrated. The Lord was therefore pleased when such Vedic mantras were chanted. And to encourage his pure devotees, he rode once more and entered the water to rescue the submerged earth. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji,
Yeah.
I have just one question, Mataji. Where is the whole conversation taking place, Mataji, between Manu and Brahma?
Satyaloka. Satyaloka.
Oh,
In his only
because
planet.
earth is submerged.
Earth is submerged. That is why now,
Hmm.
why Swargaloka is not spoken, that only I'm thinking. Swara, Mahara, which is above, there are seven, na, above.
Yes, yes,
Mahara,
yes.
Jana, Tapa, Satya. What else comes?
Hmm.
Bhuvar,
Satyaloka, Tapaloka,
Bhuvar,
Janaloka,
Bhuvar, Bhuvar.
Maharloka,
Bhuvar also, na, Bhuvar, Mahar, Bhuvar,
Mahar,
Swara,
Swar, and Bhuvar, then
ah,
Bhur.
Bhuvar, Swara, Mahar. Even these three lokas are not spoken.
Yes,
Directly from Jana, Tapa, and Satya has been spoken.
yes, only three, only top three.
Only top 3 has been spoken. That means all these things are happening in the top level only.
Yes.
Maybe the further something will come up. But the conversation, yes, no doubt, it is in the Satyaloka only. Again, see, Brahma's Lokana, eternal Brahma is having his own Satyaloka.
Yes.
Same Brahma's expansion is there in the Satyaloka in this material world. Kala Avatara of Lord, for him there is another Satyaloka.
Which is different from the material Satyaloka.
It is different from this material Satyaloka. In there, his expansion is there. So, because how we can understand this? Because when Revati thing happens, no? That time Pratap Rudra Indradyumna goes. Then that
To
explanation,
invite.
yeah, in that explanation has been given. That happened in which Brahmaloka, like that, where he has to be. So even
There's
Brahma.
so much to know.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Yes, Smita.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much. Hare Krishna.